Boom. I'm in the tube. Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to keep going with the review of the 33 keys. Let me just fix my banners and stuff. We are started. Yeah. We are here live. Yeah, so the book, it's on the screen. So I'm going to share this with ya. Yeah. Let me just put it up. We were at the 5 forward drives. Let me just establish the screen share. Share screen. Window. So we should see it. Here I'm gonna zoom a little bit more. Let me put on my glasses so I can see better. And we're gonna go. So the drive for change. The drive for change. It's an important one for sure. So make change about the gains, not the losses. It's important to reshape how how you may be thinking about onward motion. Hold on, because I have to correct some stuff as we go on. Because so many people fear change. I'm going to put people. So many people fear change. Yeah. So many people fear change that simply suppress the drive. Yet doing so is distracting. When we stop the pilot light of the drive for change, life feels the opposite of enlightening or energetic. Our reality feels small, stagnant, boring. We should feel more uplifted approaching life. In terms, a reality void of change, to look forward, we oftentimes feel blasé. We question where our hunger and ambition went. We sleep fine at night, we miss on great opportunities of a bigger, bolder, and brighter future. And if we ever do dream at night of something intuitively positive, we let our dream die in the daylight because we've lost the power of concentration to make the power of focus. Make the necessary changes in our lives to go beyond our wildest imagination. Sparker 2, clarify your reality, think big and be bold. Insecurities and the lack of openness to change aren't the only emotions that prevent individuals from transforming their lives. Sometimes it's more of a correlation fact that an emotional or it's more of a correlation it's more of a correlation fact than an emotional or conceptual one. For many, the drive for change stalls simply because they lack clarity and ambition. An important aspect of clarity, choosing a change that you deeply dive into and will be inspired to work onward, whatever the tribulations that will inevitably be found. Gaining clarity is similar to adjusting a lens on a camera. Once you have obtained the Once you have obtained the correct tuning, you've achieved proper focus, everything becomes clear. The drive for a change that would be durable stems from a deep, powerful hunger incorporating the desire to do something significantly inspired. No one joins the major league to persistently bunt. Those living charged see their higher self calling for taking charge. They want to swing big, go for the fences, and sprint around the bases with a reckless abandonment that the crazy would call madness. If you want to change your life, be bold. Yeah. Sparker number 3. Oh, someone's in the chat. Mathieu, large up Matthew. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Did my salutation. I don't want to ignore you. You say hi, I'll say hi too. Because we are high on life. Yes, my people. Sparker number 3, make orientated positive choices. As you boldly move forward to a clear vision, be persistent in what you want and don't want on your journey. Make positive choices in advance of adventuring on each new journey. Here, I'll put it in English here. Make positive choices in advance of adventuring on each new journey. The drive for challenge. Sparker number 1. Choose fulfilling challenges. Challenge, a pathway to engagement and progress in life. Challenges are void of equality. Some make us feel alive, engage, present, and fulfill. Others complicatedly overwhelms us. Affirming the difference between both states of being as you stand for bigger and bolder goals is crucial to your serenity, alignment, and inner growth. It helps to grasp the kind of challenges that bring complete engagement and fulfillment in life. First, focus on your vibrational signature and attention. They engage both mental and physical presence. To inspire a lasered focus, a challenge should be important enough to intrinsically feel inspired to do now. Choose a significant challenge and will demand your complete concentration. And it will demand your complete focus. I prefer focus over concentration. We've been calm long enough. Let's try to avoid it. Second, great challenges stretch our efforts and aptitude, asking slightly more than the best of our proficiency and strength. They are just over and above our current abilities, so they require us to engage fully and grow. Third, the ability to score performance. An indicator that you have the opportunity to scale your level of activity, either to comprehend your progress or to get outside responses. Fourth, honorable challenges permits a sense of completion. If you toil away all day at the challenge but never feel a belight sense of fulfilling important and momentous projects, you will diminish your sense of engagement. Fifth, challenge that enliven us are those that permit the sharing of perception of reality and achievement. Sparker number 2. Focus on the journey and don't worry about rejection. It isn't the critic who matter, nor the voices who points out the strong being stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have improved. Honors belongs to the persons, to the people, to the persons whom plays the game, whose face is covered by dust, sweat, and blood, whom strive valiantly, who errs who comes short again and again because effort comes with errors and shortcomings. Of course. Who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who senses great enthusiasm, great virtues, whom spend time in a worthy cause, whom at best senses the importance of working toward triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if fails, while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who sense nary victory or defeat. Truman and Will of Earth. Yeah, Will's been helping me for a while with that book. I think we've reviewed it all with Will, Large Up Will of Earth. Yeah. Okay, I think we momentarily lost it. Okay, it's back now. Okay, let me. Okay. So engage in bold challenges. Important. Bold and social challenges required to improve interaction with other persons. There are efforts with other beings, maybe. I'll put beings here. I'm fed up repeating persons. These are efforts to improve your listening, empathy, forgiveness, acceptance, camaraderie, leadership, teamwork, sharing, networking, and loving vibe, to name a few. We all can be great visionaries and collaborators by adopting two simple perspectives. First, stop thinking that solvable challenges are the only ones worthwhile engaging in. Together, we could solve the world crisis. We could fix education, the economy, or the environment. Choose to be part of the solution. Being part of a solution and taking on a challenge that makes us feel alive, even if we never get to see the fruits of our labors in our lifetimes. Jump into your greatness, and you'll start being part of the solution. The solution, yeah. Second, to loosen the reins of resignation. We must stop thinking we have to address these problems alone. Doing our part is important. We must focus as much on being part of or creating a community of committed people to address our world's most pressing needs. The drive for creativity. Sparker 1. Amplify creativity. When in touch with inspiration, then emphasize persistently. A person, a being becomes acquainted with more aliveness and engagement. Choosing to let our own individuality shine through could inspire us to light the world with our own unique vibrational signature. Sign nature. Yeah. Sparker 2. Observe your environment. The world's most creative beings are, at their cores, observers. They have noticed that the spark of creativity often comes from environmental inspiration. Sparker 3. Nurture all life, share your being. Simple. Don't need to explain it. The drive for communication. Giving of self. Self-giving implies that we find the strength that enables us to transcend our self-focused, obsessed, insane, foolish ego in order to help others. The spiritual basic truth of a person, of a being, requires one should go beyond self-interest, fears, and frustrations. Oppressing others based on one's insecurities will fuel the foolish ego. Rejoicing rejoicing energetically with clarity, dignity, honesty with your being and other beings will certainly bring a higher vibrational sense of comfortability for stronger integral communication manners. An illusion form of self-giving, beings who let themselves be bullied around, whom are emotionally used, or sometimes even let others treat them violently, has nothing to do with self-giving. When beings get stuck in such patterns, they don't manifest any self-giving values but evoke a huge lack of self-worth. Absence of secure understanding signifies some deep-rooted fears and an overstretched desire for acceptance from others. Showing signs of inner strength and self-respect could help you unlock then ignite guidance necessary to gain inner might. Working on attracting positive acquaintanceship, then amplifying one's presence should be the focus for a greater feeling of autonomy, self-esteem, and kinship. In true self-giving, one gives without worrying about compensation, without expecting anything in return. Consequently, one also let go both oneself and the other. Higher reviving vibrations will be revealed in acts of self-giving. We can choose self-giving, offering support to others and help them to go their own way. One who gives expecting to receive creates suffering for their own personage, consequently making one's dependent of a false sense of pride. Yet the one who gives, because love inspires him to do so, gain momentum in the process, emancipating one's soul. Sparker 2. Give with your internal compass active. Giving with internal guidance is really about mobilizing our abilities to propose our advancement to beneficially advance one's self and others, consequently positively leading to an impact in the world, collaborating specifically to a chosen worthy cause. Sparker 3, stay up. No matter what mile marker you are walking past at this point in life, there are thousands of others behind you who would love to learn how you made it. Grow your network, share your story. The drive for awake awareness. Focus your power of concentration. Canalize your power of focus. Anyway, I'll leave it like that. I might change it. Focus your power of concentration. Let's see if I can find another word for concentration. Oh, shit, what have I done? I think I just stopped the share. Hold on. Okay, my bad. Here we go. So we will go back there. Okay. So I said dictionary. So synonym of concentrations. Let's see if we can find another word for concentration. Absorption, engrossment, attentiveness. Attentiveness, I prefer that. Attentiveness. Let me go fix it. Focus your power of attentiveness. Focus your power of attention. Maybe. The aim of life is to live, and to live signifies to be aware of self and the environment. Rejoicing. Affirmatively rising in love with the present moments and beings. I say often that consciousness is awake awareness. Be cognizant of your thoughts, be observant of your behavior, be mindful of others, be present during your progress, be serenely aware of the present moment, Be in tune with coincidence and intuition. Be the power of love. Boom. Sparker number 2, transcend consciousness. Transcend. What is it? I said here, transcend awake awareness. That's what we're going to put. Transcend awake awareness. Living charge urged us to transcend our normal ways of thinking. We shift into a higher gear by managing our own ability to be present, thus challenging us to find a higher purpose for greater significance in our own human experience. We should aim for rising above circumstances to complex with a higher vibration, stretching beyond mediocrity to a phenomenal new paradigm. Sparker number 3, live in awe. When you are in awe, inspirationally appreciating the magnificence of the beautiful geocentric phenomenal plane of inertia called Mama Earth, then feeling co-joint and grounded becomes easy. I'm going to repeat this one. When you are in awe, inspirationally appreciating the magnificence of the beautiful geocentric phenomenal plane of inertia called Mama Earth, then feeling co-joint and grounded becomes easy. The key ingredient to intuitively engaging the power available from nurturing everyone, including ourselves, is motive. Your why. Why you do something. Empathy, kindness, kinship, fortitude, intelligence, presence, forgiveness. These are the quality that drives us forward to our true magnificence. Best way to gauge how much you've blossomed is actually how you've chosen to spend your moments planting seeds, then nurturing them, frequently whose art you've uplifted. To me, one of the greatest ways to measure achievement. To me, it's one of the greatest ways. I'm going to put it's. To me, it's one of the greatest ways to measure achievement. So, key number 14, engage with life, embodying full presence and power. Engage with life. Engage life with full presence and power, maybe just, or full embodying full. Meet life, engage in life, engage with life, engage in life with full presence and power. You know. Engage in life with full presence and power. An affliction is stealing joy from the world's populace, poisoning what was intended to feel like an inspired journey of personal freedom. It is a haunting absence from the present moment. Here I'm going to change something. An affliction is stealing joy from the world's populace, poisoning what was intended to feel like an inspired journey along with the dream of life, something like that. I don't want freedom. Freedom is not really personal achievement. An affliction is stealing joy from the world's populace, poisoning what was intended to feel like an inspired journey of personal freedom. It is an haunting absence from the present moment. Maybe I can say an afflicting is stealing joy. Here I could say an intense presence was intended to feel like an inspired journey of intense presence. It is an haunting absence from the present moment. Too many have checked out of their bodies and their lives. They are not in tune to the energy and circumstances around, nor do they understand the response abilities in this very moment. They have little awe and reverence for the gifts around them, acting as if they preferred to be somewhere else, mentally living in distant time zones, hours ahead or behind of the joy and bliss of now. Lives unaccounted for and unlived, their spirit a world away. The majority of humanity lost in an abyss of unawareness, stuck in the dark, absorbed by distraction. They are not sleeping, but they are not fully present. Awareness, purposeful. Aware. Not fully present, aware, and purposeful. Without awareness, there's no real center of energy, grounding, vibrant feel for the now. Life is not intended to be a long series of unfelt and non-directed moments. We are not to be zombies and slaves trapped in ignorance to the moment, leading mindless, powerless lives. We are not here to be inattentive to our loved ones, the duties of life, or the goals in our heart. Should we choose to feel free and alive with full power, we must have the guts to bring the full might of our chief mind to the present moment. We must choose to vibe higher, sense this life. We must choose to vibe higher and sense this life. Should we learn to aim our awareness with power in all we accomplish, then discontent shall disappear and a vital energy will return. We will sense a vibrancy unfathomable to most men and women of Earth. With awake awareness comes the comprehension that the natural foe to life is not a distant death, but a detachment from living. Reality carries facts of now. We must learn to face, feel, and inform our beings. Without being fully rational to the moment, we become slave to impulse or tired inclination, subservient to our base conditioning that tends to lean toward an hellish existence rather than growth, joy, and independence. Rather than growth, joy, independence. Hold on, we're gonna find another word for that. I'll check the chat soon. I don't know if there's someone there. No, I need synonym. Right up. What's that? Mischief. Self-rule. Self-determination. 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 I like that better. Okay, it is time to become more alert and engage in the world. Choose to give more attention to how we feel, to how others feel, to the gift all around. We can give others the full beam of our focus and attention. We can open our hearts, minds, and soul that what the macrocosm inspires us. We can choose once more to be in this very moment, open, free, and alive. What will bring motivation and glory to our life once more is a new mental discipline of bringing their focus back, bringing a book revision. So I'm not just reading, I'm correcting some stuff. What will bring motivation and glory to our life once more is a new mental discipline of bringing our focus back to the moment, in being authentic, true, and active today. Without such coherent ambition and attention, possibly only in negative circumstances can right them. A catastrophe or severe need might pop them from the past and then refocus on the now. My love, stay here. Going in search of self is illusion. You are already the one self. You will purchase the map only to find you are already here. Moji. You need nothing to be happy, you need something to be sad. Moji. Next, key number 15. Advance with abandon, bold actions. Comme ça existe. Transcend fear and defeat our internal demons. We must re-gear our integral mindset toward advancement. Ours must become a life of integrity and significance. The majority of the world's populace are advancing sporadically, missing that momentum to accomplish great feats for the benefits of us all. Shall we strive for self-mastery, feeling that personal power, then to organize our energies should become a priority. Organize, I'm going to leave it like that. Wrong thinking and weak wills prevent from stretching fully toward dreams and aspiration. Like observing a cheetah stroll lazy throughout life, never powerfully stretching and leaping at the potential staggering speed. Our future hinges on a mindset for bold action. We gain power from persistently enabling ourselves to choose the kind of action that permits us to be vulnerable, genuine, and brave in pursuit of our dreams. When our hearts yearn for action and growth, we should care little about what others say is possible or reasonable. Let us judge what a clear beneficial achievement really signifies. Being slightly, sweetly more than itching along like snails. Let us choose our first steps without expectation of how the journey will turn. If that defines us as being outside the molded masses, then let us accept factualities, be true and resolute that we shall not be drone robots operating from stress. As we gain greater presence and purpose in life, we become more in tune to our vitality and strength. We also become more aware of the profound ways we limit ourselves. We come to comprehend that our thoughts are sabotaging our independence and sense of worth, our self-determination. And our sense of worth. We are the ones who permits our insecurities and fear to grow into the tidal waves of worry that wash our dreams away. We are the one who persistently delay our own advancement, often quitting just as the moment requires brave actions. We are the ones separating ourselves solituarily from others. We don't risk real collaboration to feel superior to them. Greatness shall be inherent to those who have mastered their internal world. Some are plagued by doubt and delays, but the great nevertheless find fortitude, start, and never worry about looking back. Instead of delaying action, march forth. Most choose to avoid the feeling of vulnerability, while the great persistently embody openness, honesty, humility, and love. These few are not lucky. They are highly intentional and practical at defeating their internal demons. That is why they have so much vitality, motivation, emergence. Wholeness is felt and predetermined by those who free themselves from the lack of awareness. Let us choose to make that our aim, and once and for all root out the stuff that holds us back in life. We deserve to be free from all those strings within, from all those stirrings within our hearts that reduce our true magnificence. The genuine, legitimate aim of humankind is to be loving, kind, and to discover our true selves and to uncover our true self. Live our journey without restriction, to sense what may be called personal self-determination, personal freedom, personal drive. Anyway, freedom, let's see what we find. Personal freedom. Let's see a synonym of freedom. Absent synonym freedom, privilege, prerogative, liberty, sovereignty, maybe self-sufficient, self-rule, home, independence. Let's see if someone is in the chat. Nope, no one here, no one in the chat. Okay, perfect. I'll just keep going. Okay, let's so freedom, immunity, suspension, exception. Self-sufficiency. Could that fit there? The genuine, legitimate aim of humankind is to be loving, kind, and to uncover our true selves. Live our journey without restriction, to sense what may be called personal freedom. What may be called, it's okay. To secure this so-called personal freedom, that's it. Men and women, because that's what we use often, freedom, personal freedom. But I say what may be called, so-called. So, yeah. Men and women of awake awareness must not consent to be controlled by fear, convention, or the will of the molded masses. We must govern our own lives. Perhaps when our integrity becomes compromised, it is our responsibility to alter or abolish them, to institute new positive habit as the foundation for a freer, more vibrant life. The fateful hour is at hand, when we either stay trapped at this dark level of life, or we choose to be grounded to a higher state of being and joy. In this ailing, turbulent world, we must find serenity within, become more self-reliant in creating the life we are as inspired and fortunate to have. There you go. Key number 16. Amplify love. It's all love. Gonna take, oh, bless up, Janik. Island girl. Sovereignty, sovereignty. That's what maybe, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let me fix it. It was here now. What may be called sovereignty, personal sovereignty. Yeah, more than freedom. To sense what may be called personal sovereignty. Yeah. Okay, how do I write this now? Suzanne from Ann Arbor, been in Jamaica. Suzanne from Ann Arbor. You've been in Jamaica. Nice. Nice spot, nice chilling spot. Yeah. So, okay, sovereignty, personal sovereignty. Yeah, I prefer that than freedom, right? Let me find the word. Where is it? Okay, I have sovereignty. Here, let me go put it in the text. Personal sovereignty. So, the so called personal sovereignty. So, to secure this so called personal sovereignty, men and women of awake awareness must not consent to be controlled by fear. Controlled by fear, convention, or the will of the molded masses. We must govern our own lives. Perhaps when our integrity becomes compromised, it is our responsibility to alter or abolish them, to institute new positive habits as the foundation for a freer, more vibrant life. That's it. So now I said the rest. Key number 16. Amplify love. Rise in love. We must stop pretending that there is not enough love in the world to give or receive, as though love can somehow be diminished or squandered by human force. Love is a supreme energy, always present, accessible, flowing. If we accept this much, we can go further. We can let go of past hurts, for they have nothing to do with the reality of love itself. And we can stop playing our pretty games, our petty games, slowly pacing the release of our love to the world only when it feels safe. Limiting how much love we give to others because we remain ignorant is not building on community strength. And so let us now sense love anew from a different, fresh perspective. Let us feel love's abundance and let love's beauty shine through us in full force, so that we might rise and serve at levels beyond imagination. A divine intent. To open oneself and release one's love is the brightest loving act and the highest sovereignty. Here we'll use sovereignty again. Few will have such divine intent or be so brave on a persistent basis. Ours must be a different destiny from that of the bitter, wicked, or inattentive. If we choose to be a person of dignity and respect, one will require a stunning release of supreme love into the world and the Word. Let us choose to live a life embodied by love. Let us see the eyes of all through our thoughts and deeds. But let us also remember that love on the human realm is more than an intention to send to others. If there is no action of active caring and regard for, then we cannot give or sense human love, supreme love, divine love. Here we'll put supreme divine love. Love for or from another must be sensed through action, not intent. Thinking is a part of love, giving is another. Let me check the chat, see if you tell me something. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Nice. Hi, Jenny. High on fives. Wow, that's my bro. Attends un peu. J'ai oublié ton nom. Attends, ça va me revenir, je lis sur le bout de la langue. High on fives, yeah, yeah. We are born rich, of course, bro. We are born rich. Voyons, Comment, mets ton nom dans le chat, là, parce que j'ai complètement oublié. Yeah. We are born rich, of course. High on five. So, yeah, let's keep going. Where's the book? Here. So every moment of our lives, we have choices to make about what kind of person, what kind of being we'll be. We'll put being here. We'll be and how we'll interact with the world and the word. We can gather with others with no intention to care for them with disregard and bitterness. Perhaps we can rejoice with them with a profound loving intent, a full, vibrant energy that reminds them once more of the spectacular abundance of love and supreme vibe in this world. The choices we make will reflect the quality of our lives, the depth of our relationship, and the hope of our human family. Love is a very powerful force embodied through loving action. Love is another virtue of personal development. Personal evolution. I'll put evolution here. Because development sounds like devil. Life is another virtue of personal evolution. One of the fundamental choices you face in every encounter is to choose to approach lovingly or be miserable. You can try to collaborate with others or you can pull away from them. You can immerse yourself in your day's work or you can procrastinate. The decision to interrelate is an ingredient for supreme love. Sometimes joy arises spontaneously. You may feel a certain affinity for beings, place, or activity, feeling a deep sense of presence. You might not always know why such feelings arise, but forming kinships is clearly an integral part of human life. You could even go so far as to say that it's the very reason why we're here. Every moment you're compelled to make connection decisions. Your actions will affect what to link up with or what to avoid. Will you talk to the beings you live with or connect with the television? Will the world bound with animals to cherish them or use, abuse, and slaughter them? When you choose to be present and sharp-minded, you simultaneously choose to avoid connecting with all of the other nonsense fantasy. If you want to grow coherently, you must deliberately choose the thread to strengthen and the ones you'll choose to avoid. Such reflections ultimately determine the vibe of your life. In the long run, your life becomes a reflection of what you choose to energize most often. When you feel good about your projected energies, you come into greater alignment with the virtue of love. Next one is a good one. Operate from a transformational truth perspective. Show your beauty within. Show the beauty within. Yeah. Operate. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. Operate from a, or maybe operate. Another word for operate. Hold on. Operate from operate. Rate is the heartbeat, but I don't like the 8 in there. That's why I'm trying to avoid the hate, the con, the... Godefroy, c'est ça, Godefroy. Exactement. Godefroy Gavel, that's it. Godefroy, ben oui. Je l'avais sur le bout de la langue. Salut Godefroy, ça va bien? Ça fait longtemps qu'on n'a pas échangé ici, là. Mais là, je suis de retour pour chaque... every passage of the great glorious sun, I'll be here. I've had a rough 2 years a bit uh, health wise. Nah, I was fine. It's just I had a few episodes of some kind of vertigo last summer, like I explained, and the year before was the back intercostal muscle. Anyway, now I'm fine. I feel pretty good, but yeah, been going through some hardships. 3 months back on track. So yeah, so many great things happened to me. I work at the hospital since 1 year and a half, and I have a car I use to recycle metal. Hey, yeah, that's great. That's great, Godfrey. I'm very, very delighted to hear that. I'm gonna take a little pause, and I'll be back in not even 2 minutes, just to walk around a bit and go get something to drink, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm here. Told you it wasn't gonna be long. So operate from a transformational truth perspective and show the beauty within. I think I'll put and show the beauty within. Or to show the beauty within. Yeah, operate from a transformational truth perspective to show the beauty within. Something like that. We might, like, again, this is not final. I'll probably. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. How am I gonna get that printed or published? Or I haven't. I'm still in the midst of revising the whole thing. So, truth and facing facts are my basic principles of personal evolution. We fundamentally grow as human beings to uncover new truths within ourselves and our reality. You'll certainly learn some important lessons along your journey. Sorry. Also, you can accelerate your growth tremendously by coherently aligning with truth and facts. Liberately turning away from falsehood and denial. Genuine personal growth is honest growth. You can't take shortcuts through the land of make believe. Your first commitment should be to uncover. I don't like that like disease. Your first commitment should be to uncover and accept new truths. And it's not discovered. It's already there. You're just uncovering it. And accept new truths. However difficult or unpleasant the consequences may be. Here, the result. Here we'll put the result. Avoid the con. The result may be. To solve problems, you have to admit that they are present. How can you achieve a fulfilling state of being if you won't admit that your current state is wrong for you? How can you improve your relationship situation if you avoid creating an article vibe branching in and out? How can you improve your health if you aren't aware that your current habits could serve you? Reality is the ultimate validator of truth. If your thoughts, beliefs, and actions aren't aligned with truth and facts, your result will be affected. Positioning yourself in this way isn't enough to guarantee achievement. But siding with falsehood is confusion guaranteed. When you align with truth and facts, because it's truth, I think truth is within and facts are outside. So you have to align with truth and facts. Truth is the beauty within. When we say you have your truth, I have my truth, your truth, whatever, I think it's more the beauty within. That's the truth within you, and that beauty is way beyond what you've been conditioned to think. I'm not talking about it's the beauty you have never shown. Probably most of us have never shown that beauty to the world, and I'm talking about divine beauty. Even me, I'm in the midst of showing that beauty, of working on it. Yeah, because it's a long haul. So when you align with truths and facts, your troubles won't be fixed overnight, but you'll be taking an important step in the right direction. When you deny your problems, you turn away from truth. The lies you tell yourself spawn more lies, infecting your mind with falsehoods that weave themselves into your identity. You become disconnected from your true self, living as a mere shadow of the brilliant being you were meant to be. You aren't here to endure such an existence. You're here to learn how to create a life of your own choosing. It's not for me to say what that life should look like, but I'll do my best to help you figure it out. For the remainder of this chapter, I'll take you on a guided tour of truth. This will help you understand how to identify and accept what's true for you. These ideas can be fairly abstract, so your goal here is simply to familiarize yourself with the high-level concepts. Let's begin with an exploration of the key components of truth: perception, prediction, accuracy, acceptance, and self-awareness. Perception is the most basic aspect of truth. If you want to improve some part of your life, you have to look at it first. For example, if you want to know how your relationship is doing, a good place to start is to ask yourself, how do I feel about this relationship? What parts are working well? What parts needs improvement? Ask your partner the same questions and compare your answers. Figuring out where you stand will help you decide what changes you'd like to make. Perception is a key component of personal growth because we react to what we perceive to be true. Facing the truth of your situation causes you to trigger new desires. When you step on a scale and see that you're way more than you'd like, you think, I want to lose weight. When you get clear about what you don't want, you gain clarity about what you do want. These new desires can help drive you in a positive new direction, but nothing will change until you first admit that you'd like it too. The first step on your path of personal growth must be to recognize that your life as it stands right now isn't how you want it to be. It's perfectly okay to be in this position. It's okay to want something and have no idea how to get it, but it's not okay to lie to yourself and pretend everything is perfect when you know it isn't. The closest you'll get to perfection will be to enjoy the experience of a lifelong growth, including all its temporary flaws. It's easy for me to say that you should face the truth about your life, but in practice, this can be very difficult to do. It's hard to admit that you've become dissatisfied with your relationship. It's hard to accept that you made the wrong career choice. It's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you don't like the person you've become. But despite how difficult this is, it's still necessary. You can't get from point A to point B if you stubbornly refuse to acknowledge that you're at point A, denying A, fighting A, or otherwise resisting A only keeps you stuck at A. What do you perceive about life that you'd like to change? Are there any addictions or destructive habits you'd like to break? Would you find more fulfillment in a new career? Would you rather be living somewhere else? Open your eyes, look around you, and notice what you like and dislike about your life. Don't worry about setting specific goals just yet. Just become aware of what you perceive and how you react to those perceptions. Prediction. Let me check the chat because I'm on the other screen. Okay, I'm here. Hi, Suzanne Highland Girl. Today I made a good test to recycle electronic. I use my free time a lot. Good. High on fives. Yeah. So let's keep going. There are two powerful ways you can apply your mind's predictive powers to accelerate your personal growth. First, by embracing new experiences that are unlike anything you've previously encountered. You'll literally become more intelligent. New situations shift your mind into learning mode, which enables you to discover new patterns. The more patterns your mind learns, the better it gets at prediction, and the smarter you become. Read a book on a topic that's completely alien to you. Talk to people you normally avoid. Visit an unfamiliar city. Stretch beyond the patterns your mind has already learned. In order to grow, you must repeatedly tackle fresh challenges and consider new ideas and envision new ideas. Envision new ideas to give your mind fresh input. If you merely repeat the same experiences, you'll stagnate and your mental capacity will atrophy. When you become aware of your mind's long-term expectations, you bypass the pattern of denial and stare truth straight in the eye. This gives you the opportunity to reinforce your positive predictions and to make changes to prevent negative predictions from occurring. Your emotions are part of your mind's predictive output. Positive feeling stems from positive predictions, and negative feelings result from negative ones. When you feel good, your mind is anticipating a positive outcome that you desire. When you feel bad, your mind expects an unfavorable outcome. Negative emotions serve as a warning that you must change your behavior now in order to prevent unwanted predictions from coming to pass. Listen to your honest expectations. Don't fight with them or try to deny them, since that will only drive you into self-doubt. Learn to accept your expectations and work with them. When you notice that you're anticipating a negative outcome, look behind those beliefs to find the cause and keep making changes until your expectations change. When you uncover positive expectations, notice what's working for you and keep doing more of it. Accuracy, clarity. The closer your internal model of reality matches actual reality, the more capable you become. Greater accuracy means greater fitness for life as a human being. With an accurate map, you're more likely to make sound decisions that will take you in the direction of your desires. With an inaccurate map, you're more likely to experience setbacks and frustration. Total clarity is rarity. When you pursue a particular career, you'll never know if a different one might have turned out better. When you're in a relationship, you can never be certain that a more compatible partner isn't right around the corner. Whenever you make one decision, you'll never know what would have happened if you made a different choice. The worst part is that even when you do feel certain, that's still no guarantee you're correct. You've been wrong before, haven't you? History says it's safe bet that there's something you think you know right now that will later prove to be false. You can try to gain as much clarity as possible about a given situation, and that's generally a good idea. But you can never eliminate all uncertainty. So you have two basic options: deny the unpredictability of life and create your own false sense of security, or accept the vagaries of life and learn to live with them. In the first case, you're drawing your map of reality the way you want it to be, regardless of what the actual terrain looks like. In the second case, you're striving to make your map as accurate as possible, even though you may dislike how it looks. The second option is better. When you accept the inherent uncertainty of life, your decision will increase in accuracy. You'll find it's easier to avoid mistakes like gambling away all your money or falling into an abusive relationship. And you'll be a better person, you'll be in a better position to capitalize on genuine opportunities. You needn't be paralyzed by the you don't need to be paralyzed. I'm going to put it like that. It's easier for me to say it. You don't need to be paralyzed by the unpredictability of life. The key is to intelligently manage risk instead of denying their existence. Learn to thrive on uncertainty and even enjoy it. Another problem is that your prediction could be incorrect. Some inaccuracies will self-correct as you gain additional experience and deepen your understanding of reality. But many times those errors can worsen and become self-reinforcing. Here are some examples of how your mind's predictive power can fail you. Overgeneralization. You have a few bad dating experiences, so your mind learns the pattern that dating is disappointing. Consequently, you avoid going on any more dates because you see the activity as something to avoid. Unfortunately, this means you'll never again have a positive dating experience, which would have allowed your mind to correct his belief. Old patterns persist as long as they remain unchallenged. Prejudice. You overhear your co-workers complaining that someone who has just hired is apparently a real pain to work with. This causes you to harbor negative expectations about the new hire. During your first assignment with this person, you naturally expect trouble, so you resist working together cooperatively. The other person picks up on your negative treatment and responds in kind, thereby fulfilling your expectations. Making snap judgment without the benefit of direct experience often leads to erroneous conclusions. Self-fulfilling prophecy. A number of your friends tried to start their own online businesses, but they all fail and eventually give up. From their example, your mind learns that starting an online business is difficult and will most likely lead to failure. A year later, you decide to launch your own web-based enterprise. You subconsciously sabotage yourself by making avoidable mistakes, and eventually you give up, just as your friend did. These problematic patterns all share a common element. Their predictions are overly pessimistic. Such patterns can magnify fear, lower self-esteem, and induce negative emotions like worry and stress. In the worst cases, overly pessimistic prediction can cause depression, helplessness, and even suicide. On the other hand, being too optimistic is just as problematic and can lead to overconfidence, unreasonable risk-taking, and manic behavior. Overconfidence, unreasonable risk-taking, arrogance, and manic behavior. Yeah, you cannot be too confident because you're going to become arrogant, and that's not good. That's not a good... I'm a bit arrogant in life, like in general. I have a bit of arrogancy, but conclusion, knowledge. Oh, maybe, eh? Okay, Janik, you motivated me so much. I am unstoppable now. That's good. That's good. That's what I want to hear. That's the stuff of champion, bro. Yeah. Loving this. Today I made good. Yeah, I read that one. Okay, so knowledge, conclusion, knowledge. Okay, yeah. Yeah, conclusion, not a word. So, where was that? Yeah, erroneous knowledge. So, making 7... or erroneous outcome. Yeah. Let's see if it fits. The other person picks up on your negative treatments and energy and responds in kind. Maybe an negative treatment and responds in kind, thereby fulfilling your expectation, making snap judgments without the benefit of direct experience of the need to inherit outcome. Outcome is good too. I think so. Outcome or anyway, I'll come back on it. I know a bit where the stuff is, so when I'm on my own, I'll go back on it and maybe correct some stuff. I have your word in mind. So the best predictions are the most accurate ones, but where self-reinforcement is concerned, it's better to strengthen high self-esteem, positive emotion, and a reasonable degree of initiative, as opposed to low self-esteem, negative emotions, and undue timidity. These predictions aren't just passive observation, they're active causes unto themselves. Acceptance. Once you've identified what's true for you with a reasonable degree of accuracy, your next task is to fully and completely accept the truth. This includes accepting the long-term consequences of your prediction, long-term outcome of your predictions. Consider your physical body. It is healthy, fit, and strong, or is it unhealthy, flabby, and weak? What do you predict will happen if you continue with your current health habits? Do you accept the truth of where you'll likely end up? Are you willing to live with those outcomes? What about your finances? Are you creating an abundance of value that you'll never know scarcity? Or are you headed for the poorhouse? What do you honestly expect to happen if your current financial patterns continue? Do you accept the complete truth of your situation? Of course, there's tremendous uncertainty in trying to predict where your life is headed, but you can still aim for the most reasonable, rational expectation based on the available evidence. If you're looking at someone else's life that shared the same qualities as yours, and you had to place a wager on the outcome, how would you place your bet? Pretend you're Sherlock Holmes? Pretend you're Sherlock Holmes, looking at the evidence and trying to predict the outcome? What do you honestly expect? One of the most important skills to develop in the area of personal growth and evolution is the ability to admit the whole truth to yourself, even if you don't like what you see, or even if you feel powerless to change it. When you face unpleasant truths, you'll often encounter strong internal resistance. This resistance pushes you to avoid facing the truth, running through endless cycle of distraction, escapism, denial, and procrastination. Only by staring directly into these truths can you summon the strength to deal with them consciously. A simple rule of thumb is this: whatever you fear, you must eventually face. Yeah. Deal with them. Deal with them consciously. Yeah, I might change that eventually. Whenever you're faced with a part of reality you don't like and you feel powerless to change it, the first step is to accept the truth of your situation. Say to yourself, this situation is wrong for me, yet I lack the strength to change it right now. Openly admit to yourself that even though you're stuck with complete response, I like to responsibility. That's it. With complete responsibility for every area of your life, you may not have the ability to fix what isn't working at this point. Simply accept that this is how things are for now, but don't deny the truth of the situation. Never pretend to enjoy a job you hate. Never pretend to be happy in an unfulfilling relationship. Never pretend that your finances are strong when they're really weak. If you want your situation to improve, you must first come clean with yourself and admit the whole truth. When you fully accept reality, you'll begin making better decisions because they'll be based on truth instead of fiction. If you admit that your body is terribly out of shape, you'll stop pretending that you're in good health. You'll stop subscribing to the delusion that your poor eating habits and lack of exercise are acceptable to you. You'll begin to see that you've got to start making different decisions if you want your situation to change. It isn't going to happen on its own. Once you fully surrender to what is, you can finally begin to create what you want. Self-awareness. As you strive to bring more truth into your life, you must cultivate a high degree of self-awareness. This includes becoming aware of your strengths, weaknesses, talents, knowledge, biases, attachment, desires, emotion, instincts, habit, and state of mind. State of being. Yeah. As human beings, we're often filled with conflicting desires. One part of us want to be healthy, happy, and highly conscious and highly present. Another part wants nothing more than to eat, sleep, have sex, and be lazy. Without the presence of consciousness, of self-awareness, what did I use? Without the presence of self-awareness, I could say here. Self-awareness, yeah. Or without awake awareness, without the presence of self-awareness. We fall into reflexive patterns by default, living more unconscious animals than fully sentient human beings. Sorry. Recognize that your level of awareness doesn't remain constant, doesn't remain permanent. Sometimes pure logic dominates your thinking. Other times you're overwhelmed with emotional concerns. Sometimes you feel incredibly spiritual. Other times you're worried about your finances. Sometimes you eat for good health and energy. Other times you satisfy yourself with all the processed junk you can devour. When you make decisions from a certain state of mind and act upon them, you reinforce that same state, thereby increasing the likelihood you'll respond similarly in the future. For example, if you act out of anger, you'll strengthen your mind's anger response. If you act out of kindness, you'll reinforce a kind response. Any given level of awareness has a tendency to perpetuate itself, so you'll likely find yourself cycling through the same ones repeatedly. A significant part of personal evolution involves working to release your attachments to the lower states as you draw yourself into higher consciousness, into higher self-awareness. On a more consistent, on a more permanent basis. On a practical level, this signifies letting go of addictions, negative emotions, and fear-based behaviors, and replacing them with consciously chosen, principle-centered action. With aware, chosen. Can I say that? Replacing them with aware, chosen, principle-centered action. With aware. With aware, chosen, principle-centered action. And in order to successfully change your behaviors, you must first develop an awareness of your thoughts. You must first evolve an awareness of your thoughts. A good way to build your awareness is to make decisions from the most reasonable thinking you can muster. The best point to make your new choices is when you feel alert, clear-headed, and intelligent. That's the time to consider making big transformations in your life, such as a career change, a relationship change, or moving to a new city. Learn to trust those higher states of awareness. Put the decisions in writing and fully commit yourself to them. When you inevitably sink back down to lower states and lose sight of that higher perspective, continue to act on those decisions, even though you may no longer feel as committed to them. Over time, your external circumstances will change in ways that reinforce those higher states. Living consciously gets easier with practice. Living with awake awareness. Gets easier with practice. My decision may not be perfect, but when I use this process, I can at least trust that I made them correctly and from a place of truth. When you consistently make key decisions from a high level of awareness, they will become more congruent. You'll avoid getting stuck in that state of ambivalence, where you keep shifting back and forth between alternatives and can't make up your mind. Recognize that when you make choices from a place of anger, fear, sadness, or guilt, you cannot be aligned with truth because your predictions will be negatively biased by those lower states. Self-awareness is really truth awareness. When your awareness is high, you're closer to truth than when your awareness is low. If you aren't aligned with truth, your decisions will produce inferior results. Truth-aligned decisions are more accurate and will tend to yield better results than those made from low awareness. The key is to use your self-awareness to recognize when you're aligned with truth and when you aren't, and strive to make your important decisions only when this core principle is on your side. This is me at the chilling spot. Yes, self-awareness. I soon come. Genja time, H2O. Yeah. Get Santos on and you guys smoke a joint together. Live on the air. Yeah. Santos. Yes. So maybe I spoke to I texted him 4 or 5 days ago, Santos, to invite him on the Truman Show to reflect about all those convoy going around. But I don't know if I want to talk about that again. It's all controlled opposition. It's all a big script pre-written. I'm fed up energizing the nonsense of Babylon. I prefer energize something positive, and so I don't know if I'll keep talking about that stuff, honestly. That and the war in Ukraine, it's a big theater. The world is a stage. The world is a stage. So what? I'm gonna keep digging and like it's a stage, and we don't see what's behind. We have an idea what's behind the curtain, but I don't know. But I have an idea, so I don't want to. But I know it is a stage. So what's the point of trying to even like make them see what we want, or like petition them? I'm talking about. It's total waste of time. I don't think their empathy is gone from a long time for them. So yeah. So stop sharing. Boom. I'm here. So yeah. So I don't know if I'm gonna dive deep into this convoy stuff. There's too many strange things around it. It's a strange world. Oh yes, it is. With strange people. And waving the flags and stuff. Lâchez vos drapeaux. Why are you waving that flags? It's, like I said in one of the stuff we had, maybe I said it in French with Sam and Cindy. But it's the political representation. First of all, how many people have been slaughtered and killed for that flag? So really, I'm fed up. Yeah, forget about that convoy business. It's all a big stage. So I prefer focus on positive evolution, reinforcement, and stuff like that to really get us all into a state of evolution. And I cannot make everybody evolve, but I can certainly share what I have inside, and you pick it up here or whatever. But I'm not. I find it's very negative energy to talk about that stuff. It's very dark. That's a dark world, and yeah, but it's a world full of light. But I mean, their Babylonian world is very dark. So if you start always focusing on that and try to déterrer ce qu'ils font, là, or to bring what they do in the forefront, là, like it's all evil, it's all nonsense. It's to capture the soul of people, and we let them capture our souls, and we are even proud at one point, of the country and stuff. Like I find that, yes, I'm born in Canada, but calisse pas mal du Canada pour dire, ben franchement, du drapeau canadien, toutes ces affaires-là. Là. C'est toute de la politique, ça. C'est pour ça qu'ils veulent te piquer. Là. That's why they want to pick you, because they're ticks. So anyway, it's all in the words. Là. Me, I look a lot at the code they put in my head, and then I can separate what's worth it to entertain or what's not. But that convoy stuff, I'm done with it. I made a trailer on the Truman Show with the truckers, and I took it down. Even me at the beginning, I got caught up in it. I was like, wow, that's fucking hot. People are coming. But the more it went on, and for the simple fact that they were able to block the whole city of Ottawa for 3 weeks, it's completely like, bring me a. If I go tonight on the Champlain Bridge here in Montreal and block the bridge with my car and some other people and with pancarte and all this stuff, watch how long it's going to take for me to be pulled out of the bridge and put in prison or something. Or they're going to just take me out of there in no time. So why were they allowed to stay there in the first place? So that's very strange. So I think it's all a script. It's all part of the script anyway. If you dig and look into their madness, you will find clues that they have predicted it was going to happen this way. If you think that the world is operating day by day, you're a fool, because they predict that centuries in advance probably. And it all has to do with the star alignment and stuff. Like 22 number is very... them, they take what's very divine and they turn it often into occult stuff. Like number 11, 22, 33. Like these are all probably major pillars of frequency and stuff. So they use that, and it's an inverted world. Everything's inverted. So I've understood that. So what's the point of, you think I'm going to reinvert the world with my words and stuff? It's already inverted and people are happy with it. They're happy with their servitude and their slavery, and they don't see it. So I'm not saying that I'm not blaming anyone for doing anything in Babylon. Like, it's the world we live in, but we must see what's going on and stop energizing it. Like, even those convoy, all that stuff, we should all, like, imagine if people wouldn't have energized it. Like, the energy we put in it is us going on the side of the street with with our flags and giving them energy. But that's what we shouldn't do. But that's what we do, because we think we can petition the government and make them change their mind on anything. It's not even them. First of all, they're just like a frontman, like an actor on the stage. It's much deeper than that. Then you go to they're all together behind the scenes. So anyway, that's it. So I don't think I will energize that kind of stuff. I'm done. I'm done with everything pretty much. Now this is the for me la goutte qui a fait déborder le vase. See? At one point you get caught up in it. You're like, it's like, wow. But then you realize, shit, I just got caught up again in their madness. I did. I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning, I found that I'm like, wow, everything's gonna go back to normal, and all the people in Canada are coming out, and yeah. But it's not gonna do anything, because you can't petition those people. You can't. And even if you decide to enter their building and take them out, you think that's gonna change anything? Like, it's there to stay, and it's gonna stay until the system collapses by itself. I don't know which way, or I don't want to be too negative with that, because after we won't sleep at night. So it's better to take it on the. Not that I'm not realistic about the whole thing. I can see where the world is going a bit. But that's it. We don't have to be in the world. You can be on Earth doing your thing. Doesn't mean you have to be in the world. The world is Babylon. Return to our self-awareness. Not there. That's it. Just return to our self-awareness. Know who you are. Know what you're doing here. What you can do. What's your strengths, and what's your weaknesses, and work from there and evolve. Evolve to hopefully create something here on Earth that for the benefit of us all. Like, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can do anything. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do for the benefit of us all. that can be very divine, very energetic, and benefit for not the evil system. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have the power to do that, and it's just up to us to return exactly to our self-awareness. Know who you are. Stop being filled by. Forget everything you've been told. First of all, forget everything you've been told about reality, everything you've learned in school. Try to really make a brand new brain and then start to learn again. That's what will increase your self awareness. But if you keep the same distractions, the same pretense in your brain, you won't evolve. So let go. Let go of everything you think you know and admit you know fuck all and move on. Like, I have no problem admitting I always told you I live my life like a freaking idiot. All my life. But I'm done now. I'm done living like an idiot. Now it's a time to give and share. Yeah. Each one has their gift to give. That's it. That's it. Me, I'm good in speaking. I'm very good at that stuff, I find, but I'm not. I'm good. Je suis à l'aise à le faire. C'est pas. It's not something hard for me to come here and deliver my thoughts. I do that with very much ease, but might not be everyone's case, and that's it. It is what it is. You do your thing, I do mine, and then we all rejoice together in harmony and in something that we can be really proud of. Not false pride, but divine pride. Yeah, that's better. So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll be here again tomorrow, 8 and 12 hours. In 12 hours, I'll be back, and we'll keep going with the book. There's still a lot. Now I'm gonna go take a walk with Kelowna. Kelowna needs to walk, and she needs her papa to bring her for a walk. Yeah. So, large up. I'm out, and I will see you again in 12 hours. When the sun appears, I'll be here. Yeah. I'm in tune with the sun. So that's it. Large up. Self-awareness. Do your best. Don't stress. Forget the rest. That's it. Large up. Norm, Island Girl, Godefroy. Godefroy, un plaisir de t'avoir ici ce soir avec nous. Vraiment, je pense qu'on va peut-être rebâtir notre cercle ici. We're gonna rebuild our stuff. We're gonna rebuild ourselves also in the process. But yeah, I've let go of that stuff because, like I explained to you, I had some issues, some stuff happening, so it kind of put me on a low high, if I can say. But now I am back on track. Yeah. I've never left the track. I've always been very focused on truth and reality and stuff. It's just I've took a little slow down, a little break, and yeah. But now it's time to put the pedal to the floor again. Give thanks for life. Give thanks. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. No, not health issues. But I had some vertigo kind of stuff that the last thing I had was that vertigo kind of thing in the summer, but it's not vertigo because I passed all kinds of scans and stuff, and they haven't found the thing. They think it might be a nerve damage or something in my neck, and that causes me to have certain symptoms of vertigo. But they said it's in my neck. The ORL doctor that I saw told me it's in my neck. Now, what it is, I have no idea. I feel okay. I just feel a bit off still, but it happens in the month of June. It's going to be a year soon. I hope after a year the symptom of this is going to disappear, but it's nothing. It is what it is. And the year before was the back, the intercostal muscle. But excuses are for... They say excuses are for bitches. Excuses are for the. Yeah, there's no excuses. It is what it is. That's it. So see ya always and always. That's it. Norm, all of you, much love. See you very soon. Boom. He's out.